Good morning, students. Today's topic is delegation of authority, which is popularly known as delegation. Delegation is an important part of organizing process. A manager, no matter how capable he is, cannot manage to do every task on his own. The overload of work makes it impractical for him to handle all by himself. So, in order to ensure that all work is accomplished and the organizational goals are achieved, he must delegate authority. Means, in this situation, he can divide his work among the subordinates. But mere division of work does not guarantee success. For the successful work performance, authority should be given to the subordinates to take work related decisions. Means division of work and assigning authority for successful work performance is called delegation of authority. We'll see further. See the concept. Delegation is the assignment of any authority to another person, normally from a manager to a subordinate, to carry out specific activities. It is one of the core concepts of management leadership. However, the person who delegated the work remains accountable for the outcome of the delegated work. Means here, if manager has delegated his work to his subordinates, he still remains accountable for the outcome of the delegated work. Clear? So these some other points of delegation. Means delegation refers to transfer of authority from superior to subordinate. Now here you have to keep in mind that a manager delegates his authority to his immediate subordinate. Clear? So it is a prerequisite to the efficient functioning of an organization because it enables a manager to use his time on high priority activities. Means manager can focus on more important areas. Clear? Then it also satisfies the subordinates' needs for recognition and provides them opportunity to develop and exercise initiative. We'll see some definitions. First one is given by Lewis Allen. He says, delegation is the process a manager follows in dividing the work assigned to him so that he performs that part which only he, because of his unique organizational placement, can perform effectively, and so that he can get others to help with what remains. Means he delegates the routine task so that he can focus on more important areas. Clear? Now we'll see what Theo Heyman is saying. Delegation of authority merely means the granting of authority to subordinates to operate within prescribed limits. In this slide, we'll see the elements of delegation. So, according to Lewis Allen, delegation is entrustment of responsibility and authority to another and the creation of accountability for performance. So Lewis Allen's definition brings out three essential elements of delegation. The first, authority, second, responsibility, and third, accountability. First of all, we'll see the meaning of authority. Authority refers to the right of an individual to command his subordinates. and to take action within the scope of his position. The concept of authority arises from the established scalar chain which links the various job positions and levels of an organization. In the formal organization, authority originates by virtue of an individual position, and the extent of authority is highest at the top management level and reduces successively as we go down the corporate ladder. Authority flows from top to bottom, that is, superior has authority over the subordinates. Authority relationships helps to maintain order in the organization by giving the managers the right to exact obedience and give directions to the workforce under them. Authority determines the superior subordinate relationship, wherein superior communicates his decisions to the subordinate, expecting compliance from him, and the subordinate executes the decision as per the guidelines of the superior. Now we'll see responsibility. Responsibility means the obligation of a subordinate to properly perform the assigned duty. It arises from superior subordinate relationship because subordinate is bound to perform duty assigned to him by his superior. Thus, responsibility flows upwards, that is, a subordinate will always be responsible to his superior. Now we'll see the third element, that is accountability. Accountability means being answerable for the final outcome. Means the result. What is expected of from a superior. So once authority has been delegated and responsibility accepted, one cannot deny accountability. Accountability also flows upwards, that is, a subordinate will be accountable to a superior for satisfactory performance of the work. The subordinate will be expected to explain the consequences of his actions and omissions. So we can conclude, for effective delegation, the authority granted must be commensurate with assigned responsibility. Means there must be balance between the authority and responsibility. If any responsibility is given to somebody, he must have some rights, he must have some authority to take decisions. So we'll see the point. If authority granted is more than responsibility, it may lead to misuse of authority, and if responsibility assigned is more than authority, it may make a person ineffective. While authority is delegated, responsibility is assumed and accountability is imposed. Now we'll see importance of delegation. Delegation is a key element in effective organizing. So, delegation ensures that subordinates perform tasks on behalf of the manager or superior, thereby reducing his workload and providing him with more time to concentrate on important matters. So, effective delegation leads to the following benefits. The first one, that is effective management. Delegation helps in effective management as the managers get more time to concentrate on important matters. Freedom from routine work provides them with opportunities to excel in new areas. Second point, employee development. Effective delegation helps in development of employees as employees get more opportunities to utilize their talent, to show their abilities. It allows them to develop those skills which will enable them to perform complex tasks and assume those responsibilities which will improve their career prospects. It makes them better leaders and decision makers. So, delegation helps them for preparing for better future managers. So, delegation empowers the employees by providing them with the chance to use their skills, gain experience, and develop themselves for higher positions. Third point is motivation of employees. It motivates the employees as they feel encouraged and try to improve their further performance. Means delegation helps in developing the talents of the employees. It also has psychological benefits. When a superior entrusts a subordinate with a task, it is not merely the sharing of work, but it involves trust on the superior's part and commitment on the part of the subordinates. So, responsibility for work builds the self esteem of the employee and improves his confidence. So, then he feels encouraged and tries to improve his performance. Then, fourth point is facilitation of growth. So, delegation facilitates growth and expansion of organization by providing ready for workforce to take up leading positions in new ventures. Trained and experienced employees are able to play significant role in launch of the new projects. By replicating the work ethos they have observed from the existing units in the newly set up branches. They have gained experience when their superior used to delegate the work. So they are ready to take up the new positions in new ventures, leading positions in the new ventures. Clear? Then, next point is basis of management hierarchy. Delegation of authority, it establishes superior subordinate relationships, which are the basis of hierarchy of management. So it establishes a management hierarchy through clear superior subordinate relationships. It is the degree and flow of authority which determines who has to report to whom. Clear? So the last point is better coordination. The the elements of delegation, authority, responsibility, and accountability. These help to define the powers, duties, and answerability related to various positions in the organization. This helps in better coordination by avoiding overlapping of duties and duplication of efforts, as it gives a clear picture of the work being done at various levels. So, such clarity in reporting relationships help in developing and maintaining effective coordination among different levels, different departments, and functions of management. So, these are the points of importance. We have covered one more topic, that is centralization and decentralization. You can see in the picture, we can assume that there is only top management who is giving directions the to everyone. Means all the decision making powers uh, are concentrated with the top management only, so that is centralization. And in decentralization, uh, the power to take decisions is divided among the hierarchical levels, means it is delegated throughout all levels in the organization, so that fast decisions can be taken. Now we'll see the meaning. Centralization and decentralization are relative terms as seen from the existing status of various business enterprises. An organization is centralized when decision making authority is retained by higher management levels, whereas it is decentralized when such authority is delegated. Delegated means it is divided among um, various levels of management. An organization can never be completely centralized or decentralized. There is a need for a balance between these coexisting forces. Now we'll see decentralization. Decentralization refers to systematic delegation of authority through all the levels of management and in all the departments except that which can be exercised only at central points. So decentralization refers to delegation of authority throughout all the levels of the organization. Now we'll see its importance. The first point, develop initiative among subordinates. So decentralization, it develops initiative among subordinates by promoting self-reliance and confidence amongst the subordinate. This is because when lower managerial levels are given freedom to take their own decisions, they learn to depend on their own judgment. Second point, develops managerial talent for the future. So decentralization gives the subordinate a chance to prove their abilities and creates a reservoir of qualified manpower to fill up challenging positions in future. Means in this, decision making authority is given even to the lower level managers, so they get opportunities to take decisions. Knowledge and experience of all the levels of manager increases, so this develops talent in managers to bear extra responsibility in the future. Third point, quick decision making. Decentralization helps in quick decision making since decisions are taken at the points of action and there is no requirement for approval at various levels. Means here the decisions are taken at the point of action. Means the decisions are taken there and then. There is no requirement for approval at different levels. Then the next point is relief to top management. Decentralization gives relief to the top management as when subordinates are given the freedom to act, the top management gets more time to devote on important policy decisions rather than handling operational decisions. Means top management relieves itself from the routine issues, so their workload gets reduced. This saves their valuable time, which is then utilized for the betterment of the organization and to establish coordination. Then next point, that is fifth, is to facilitates growth by fostering competition amongst the departments, leading to increase in productivity, thereby generating to higher profits which can be used for growth and expansion of the organization. Under decentralization, full liberty is given to subordinates to take decisions. So this situation inculcates a sense of a responsibility among the subordinates. They make efforts to achieve better results. So this thinking originates to departmental competitiveness. Everybody tries to perform better than the other. So as a result, the development of organization is made possible. The last point is better control. Decentralization makes it possible to evaluate performance at each level, and the departments can be individually held accountable for their result. Means we can find out the contribution for every department in attainment of the organizational objectives. Clear? So that is the importance of decentralization. I hope everything is clear. Thank you.